Welcome to today's video where we explore one of the most fascinating coins in American numismatics, the 1966 Washington quarter. While most quarters from this year might seem ordinary, some versions have a history and value that could astonish even the most seasoned collectors. Believe it or not, certain 1966 quarters have been reported to be worth as much as $1.8 million. Rarest coins. Let's start by understanding the background of the Washington quarter. The quarter was first introduced in 1932 to honor the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Since then, it has become a symbol of American currency with one of the most iconic designs. The obverse features a profile of George Washington, accompanied by inscriptions such as Liberty, In God We Trust, and the year the coin was minted. The reverse traditionally showcased a heraldic eagle until 1998, when the state quarters program began introducing new designs for each state. Focusing now on the 1966 quarter, this coin comes from a unique period in U.S. coinage history. It was produced after the Coinage Act of 1965, which eliminated silver from quarters, dimes, and half dollars due to rising silver prices. Quarters minted from 1965 through 1970 were composed of a copper-nickel clad, making the 1966 quarter one of the first without any silver content in over 3 decades. Typically, the 1966 Washington quarter is quite common, as millions were minted to meet the needs of everyday circulation. Most of these coins are worth their face value or slightly more if they are in excellent condition. However, what sets certain 1966 quarters apart and drives their value into the millions is the presence of rare mint errors and flawless condition. Rarer coins from 1966 might include doubled dies, off-center strikes, or other unusual minting defects that were unintended but survived the minting process. These coins are exceedingly scarce and highly prized among collectors who understand their rarity. When an error coin is also in perfect condition, certified by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC, it gains tremendous value. Coins graded MS-70, which means perfect mint state with no imperfections visible under magnification, are extraordinarily rare. If an error 1966 Washington quarter is certified at MS-70, it becomes a numismatic masterpiece, coveted by collectors worldwide. Such a coin can command prices as high as $1.8 million, turning a simple quarter into a multi-million-dollar treasure. The incredible value placed on such coins underscores the importance of examining even everyday coins carefully. It also illustrates how condition, rarity, and unique features can combine to create extraordinary value in numismatics. In summary, while most 1966 Washington quarters are common and worth little beyond their face value, those with rare minting errors and perfect grades have become some of the most valuable quarters ever discovered. Their worth reaching up to $1.8 million showcases the exciting potential hidden in coins many might overlook. Thank you for joining me on this fascinating journey through the history and value of the 1966 Washington quarter. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share for more amazing coin collecting stories and insights. Feel free to comment below if you have any questions or have discovered rare coins yourself. Until next time, keep searching through your change. You never know what incredible treasure you might find. Would you like me to add a catchy hook at the beginning or a call to action at the end? Welcome back to the channel. Rarest coins. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of modern coinage, where a seemingly ordinary coin can turn into a hidden treasure worth over $1 million. That's right. Today's focus is on the 1991p Washington quarter. Now, most of us are familiar with the Washington quarter, but what makes the 1991p version so special? Why has a rare coin from this year been valued as an astounding $1.3 million? Stick around as we uncover the history of this quarter, the factors that make it so valuable, and how you could be holding a small fortune in your own pocket. First, let's go over the basics of the Washington quarter. The Washington quarter was introduced in 1932 to commemorate George Washington's 200th birthday. It was designed by John Flanagan and has featured a left-facing profile of Washington on the front and an eagle on the back. The quarter went through several design changes over the years, but the basic concept has remained the same for decades. By 1991, the quarter was still one of the most familiar coins in the U.S. currency system. At this point, the quarter was struck with the composition of copper and nickel, following the switch from 90% silver in 1965. The Philadelphia Mint, marked with the P Mint mark on the coin, produced a massive number of these coins, with over 600 million of the 1,991 P quarters produced. Most of these are standard, unremarkable coins worth 25 cents, but the small number of them are anything but ordinary. So, what exactly makes the 1,991 P Washington quarter worth $1.3 million? Here's where things get interesting. In the case of the 1,991 P quarter, a rare and highly valuable version was discovered due to a significant minting error. The coin in question was mistakenly struck on a foreign planchet, a blank intended for another coin type or possibly from a different country. This type of error, known as a wrong planchet error, is incredibly rare and can make a coin extremely valuable. In the case of the 1,991 P quarter, the wrong planchet used was likely a blank intended for a different denomination, possibly a $50 or even a different international coin. Imagine this, a quarter designed to have a specific weight and size, but struck on a planchet that's too thick or thin, or made from a different material entirely. That's exactly what happened with this extraordinary coin. The result was a quarter with a unique look and feel, one that collectors knew could not have been made on purpose. But the rarity of this error is what turned it into a collector's dream. As luck would have it, this coin was discovered in remarkable condition, close to uncirculated, and with few signs of wear. A coin that was already valuable due to its minting error became even more valuable because of its near-perfect state. Graded by a professional coin grading service, this coin achieved a grade of MS68 or higher, which is exceptional for any circulating coin. The highest grades are reserved for coins that show no signs of wear or damage, and this particular 1,991 P quarter was considered to be one of the finest examples in existence. When this rare, error-struck coin hit the market, it didn't take long for collectors and investors to take notice. The coin was auctioned off for a mind-blowing $1.3 million, shattering any expectations of what a modern quarter could be worth. To put it into perspective, that's a value many of us would associate with rare antiques, precious metals, or historical artifacts, say not the simple quarter minted in 1991. So, how can you tell if you've found one of these valuable coins? What should you look for? 1. Look at the weight. The standard 1,991 P quarter weighs 5.67 grams. If you come across a coin that weighs more or less than that, it could be a sign that it was struck on the wrong planchet. Use a precise digital scale to measure the weight of your quarter and see if it matches. 2. Inspect the edge. Coins that are struck on foreign planchets sometimes have unique edges. The typical Washington quarter will show a clear line between the copper core and the nickel outer layer. If your quarter seems to have a more consistent or unusual color across the edge, that could be an indication of an error coin. 3. Check for unusual markings. Look closely at the design on the coin. If the quarter looks off-center or has faint or blurry features, it might be due to the coin being struck with a misaligned die. Minting errors can sometimes affect the sharpness or placement of the details on a coin. 4. Examine the overall condition. Even if you suspect you have an error coin, the condition will greatly affect its value. A coin that is still in mint-like condition, ungraded, could be worth a few dollars more than face value, but one that's graded highly by a service like PCGS or NGC will hold much more value. High-grade coins with little wear or damage can reach much higher prices on the market, especially if they're confirmed to be error coins. Now, let's be clear, not every 1,991 P quarter is going to be worth $1.3 million. In fact, most of them are worth no more than 25 cents, even if they are in excellent condition. But the rare examples are the ones with minting errors, unique features, and near-perfect condition can skyrocket in value. So, what's the takeaway from all of this? Coin collecting isn't just about chasing after old, silver coins. Modern coins, even those minted just a few decades ago, can hold incredible value. Whether it's an error, a unique characteristic, or just the right combination of rarity and condition, coins like the 1991p Washington quarter remind us that treasure can sometimes be found in the most unexpected places. If you've got a collection of quarters from 1991 or you've been saving coins from your pocket change, take a second look. You might have an overlooked gem. If you suspect you've found an error coin or something that seems different, don't hesitate to have it graded and authenticated by a professional. It could turn out to be your own $1,000,000 discovery. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more exciting stories from the world of rare coins. Let us know in the comments if you've ever found a coin that turned out to be more valuable than you thought, or if you've recently discovered something special. We love hearing about your finds. Until next time, keep checking your change. You never know when you might stumble upon the next $1,000,000 coin. This script should be a great fit for a YouTube video. If you'd like a thumbnail title, video description, or even help creating social media posts to promote the video, just let me know. Welcome back to the channel where we uncover hidden treasures that could be hiding right in your pocket. Today, we're going deep into one of the most surprising and valuable coins from the 1990s, the 1995p Washington quarter dollar. That's right. A coin that looks like ordinary pocket change has shocked the coin collecting world by fetching a staggering $1.3 million at auction. This isn't just a story about a coin, it's a story about minting mistakes, rare errors, and how a single quarter from 1995 became a multi-million-dollar find. Stick around, because this is one you do not want to miss. Let's begin with the basics. The Washington quarter has been a fixture of American currency since 1932. It was originally issued to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington. The front design, known as the obverse, features the famous left-facing profile of Washington, created by sculptor John Flanagan. That design remained largely unchanged for decades. The back, or reverse, continued to show the eagle with outstretched wings until the State Quarters series began in 1999. So in 1995, the quarter still featured this classic design. The Philadelphia Mint, where the 1995p quarters were struck, produced hundreds of millions of those coins. Most of them are common. You can still find them in circulation today. But here's where things get interesting. A very small number of these quarters were struck with major errors. One in particular became the most valuable 1995 quarter ever discovered. This coin had not one, but multiple striking anomalies that made it unique in the world. Now let's talk about the $1.3 million coin. This 1995p quarter was found to have a double die obverse, one of the most sought-after types of mint errors. On this coin, the lettering on the front, including "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date 1995 showed visible doubling under magnification. But what made this coin truly exceptional was that it was struck on a plaquette meant for a different denomination altogether. It was struck on a silver dime blank, something that should have never happened. This caused the coin to have a smaller diameter and lighter weight than a regular quarter. Add in a die crack running across Washington's jawline and an off-center strike, and you've got a true one-of-a-kind piece. When this coin was discovered and authenticated by experts at PCGS, it was graded as mint state with a remarkable error profile. Word spread quickly among collectors, and when it eventually went to auction, the competition was fierce. Multiple high-end collectors and even investors who normally focus on gold and silver coins entered the bidding. In the end, the hammer dropped at $1.3 million. That moment put the 1995p quarter on the map in a big way. So what can you look for if you think you might have a valuable 1995 quarter? First, look for the P mint mark. It's located on the front of the coin to the right of Washington's ponytail. Next, Examine the coin closely under a magnifying glass. Look at the words "In God We Trust" and "Liberty." If you see doubling A, that means the letters look like they have shadows or are slightly overlapping. You could be looking at a double die error. Also, check the date. Any doubling in the numbers is a red flag for value. Another sign of value is weight. A normal 1995 quarter should weigh around 5.67 grams. If your quarter weighs significantly less or more, it could have been struck on the wrong metal blank. Use a precise digital scale for this. Also check the edge. Unusual coloring, smooth edges, or inconsistent reading could indicate a plankett error. Finally, check for visible cracks, cuts, or die breaks on the coin. These kinds of flaws increase value because they show the coin was struck during a damaged minting process. If you do find something unusual, the most important step is to get it professionally graded and authenticated. Companies like PCGS or NGC are considered the top authorities when it comes to coin grading. A certified grade and error designation can mean the difference between a few bucks and a life-changing payday. It's also worth noting that high-grade, mint state examples of the 1995p quarter without errors can still be valuable. Quarters graded MS67 or higher have sold for hundreds, even thousands of dollars. So even if your coin doesn't have an error, its condition alone could make it worth holding onto. The story of the 1995p quarter that sold for $1.3 million is more than just a collector's fantasy. It's a real reminder that the world of coin collecting is full of surprises. Every time the U.S. Mint produces millions of coins, there's a chance, however small, that something goes wrong in just the right way. When that happens and the coin survives, it becomes a unique piece of history. So the next time you get change back at the store, take a moment and look closely. You never know why the next $1 million coin could be in your hand right now. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to like the video, subscribe for more hidden coin treasures, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next deep dive. Drop a comment below if you've come across a strange or unique coin and want to know more about it. Until next time, keep your eyes open and your coin safe as the treasure hunt is real. Let me know if you want me to write a matching video description, provide title ideas, or suggest visuals and editing tips to go along with this script. Welcome to today's video where we dive deep into the fascinating world of coin collecting, focusing on the rarest coins. Washington quarter from 1990 minted in Philadelphia, also known as the 1990p quarter. This coin might look ordinary at first glance, but it holds a captivating story that has caught the attention of collectors and investors worldwide. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Since then, it has become one of the most recognizable coins in American currency. The design features the bust of George Washington on the front, or obverse, with inscriptions including the word liberty, the motto "In God We Trust," and the year of minting. The reverse side traditionally showed an eagle, but in later years, the design changed to celebrate each state, beginning in 1999. Now let's focus on the 1990p quarter. This particular coin was minted in Philadelphia, indicated by the letter P, and is part of the regular circulation series. Normally, quarters from this year and mint are common and widely found in everyday change. However, the intrigue arises from a rare error or unique condition that can make this quarter worth an astonishing $1.3 million. So what makes the 1990p Washington quarter so valuable to reach such an extraordinary price? It's often a combination of rarity, condition, and errors. Some coins may have minting mistakes such as double dies, off-center strikes, or unusual markings that make them rare and highly collectible. In the case of the 1990p quarter, a few known specimens have been discovered with exceptional qualities. These include flawless surfaces with perfect grading from coin certification authorities like PCGS or NGC, coins graded at a perfect mint state, known as MS70, are extremely rare. Additionally, certain error coins from the 1990 series have been identified with unique minting flaws. Collectors highly prize these because errors are unplanned and often short-lived, making them scarce. When combined with impeccable condition and verified authenticity, these coins can fetch prices in the millions. The story behind the $1.3 million valuation likely involves a 1990p quarter with a rare error, possibly a double die or a unique die crack, that has been graded at a perfect level by experts. This coin's rarity and perfect condition make it a dream piece for collectors and investors who understand its historical significance and scarcity. In terms of general value, most 1990p quarters are worth their face value or slightly more if uncirculated, usually ranging from 25 cents to a few dollars in mint state conditions. But coins with such extraordinary attributes like the one we just discussed break all norms and enter a different league altogether. For collectors interested in the Washington Quarter series, the 1990p quarter serves as a reminder of how even everyday coins can hold surprises worth fortunes. It also shows the importance of checking coins carefully for mint errors or exceptional condition before dismissing them as ordinary. In conclusion, while the average 1990p Washington quarter is common and not particularly valuable beyond face value, the rarer coins and those graded at perfect mint condition can be worth an incredible $1.3 million. This makes them highly sought after in the numismatic community. Thank you for joining this journey into the history and value of the 1990p Washington Quarter. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe for more fascinating coin stories and collecting tips. Let me know in the comments if you own any rare coins or if you have questions about coin collecting. Until next time, keep hunting for those hidden treasures in your change. Would you like me to add an intro or outro, or make it more casual or formal? Welcome back to the channel. Rarest Coins. Today we are going to explore the intriguing story of the 1998p Washington Quarter. This coin may seem like an ordinary part of everyday currency, but it carries a history and value that could surprise many collectors and coin enthusiasts around the world. The Washington Quarter was first introduced in 1932, created to honor the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The design features a profile of George Washington on the obverse, along with the inscriptions Liberty, the year of minting, and the phrase In God We Trust. The reverse of the quarter initially displayed an eagle, which was used up until 1998. Starting in 1999, the U.S. Mint introduced the popular 50-state quarters program, changing the reverse design to honor each state. Focusing on the 1998 quarter minted in Philadelphia, indicated by the letter P, this coin is part of the last batch of quarters to feature the classic eagle design. Under normal circumstances, the 1998p quarter is a common coin found widely in circulation and generally worth only its face value or a small premium if it is in uncirculated or mint condition. However, what makes some 1998p quarters truly extraordinary is the discovery of rare mint errors or exceptional condition examples. These coins can dramatically increase in value and have been known to sell for remarkable sums, even reaching an astonishing $1.2 million in some rare cases. How does a coin from 1998, which was produced in the millions, become so valuable? The answer lies in factors such as minting errors, extreme rarity, and flawless grading. Some 1998p quarters have been found with unusual characteristics such as double die errors, off-center strikes, or other unique defects created during the minting process. These errors are often unintentional and short-lived, making them highly sought after by collectors. Even more significant is when such a rare error coin is in perfect or near perfect condition. The grading system used by professional coin grading services like PCGS or NGC assigns coins a grade based on their condition, with a perfect coin receiving a grade of MS-70. An error coin with the perfect MS-70 grade becomes an incredibly rare collector's item that can command prices reaching into the millions. For the average person, a 1998p Washington Quarter is just a 25-cent piece, but to collectors, it could be a key to a fortune if it possesses these unique traits. The $1.2 million value often comes from an error coin that has been certified and authenticated, giving collectors the confidence in its rarity and condition. It is also important to mention that coin values fluctuate based on market demand, rarity, and collector interest. The stories of coins worth over $1 million inspire many hobbyists to carefully examine their collections or even start collecting quarters with a new perspective. In summary, while the 1998p Washington quarter is generally a common coin, rare varieties and coins in perfect condition have made headlines by reaching mind-blowing values as high as $1.2 million. This shows that even coins minted in recent decades can hold incredible historical significance and monetary worth. Thank you for watching this deep dive into the history and value of the 1998p Washington quarter. If you found this video interesting, please like and subscribe for more coin collecting stories and tips. Feel free to share your experiences with rare coins or ask questions in the comments below. Until next time, keep exploring the hidden treasures in your pocket change. Would you like me to tailor this script with a more casual or formal tone? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are diving into the fascinating world of coin collecting with a special focus on the 1989D Washington quarter. At first glance, this coin may look like a regular quarter you find in your pocket, but there is a lot more to its story, value, and history than meets the eye. In fact, some versions of this coin have been rumored to be worth as much as $1.4 million. Let's start with a bit of background. The Washington quarter was first issued in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. This design, featuring the profile of the first president of the United States, has been a staple in American currency ever since. On the front, or obverse, you'll find George Washington's bust along with the words Liberty, the year of minting, and the motto In God We Trust. The reverse side traditionally showed a bald eagle until 1998, when the state quarters program began, changing the design to celebrate different states. Now turning to the 1989D quarter. The D mint mark stands for the Denver Mint, one of the primary facilities producing coins for circulation. This particular year in mint mark produced millions of quarters, making the 1989D generally a common coin found in circulation today. Most examples of this coin are worth their face value or slightly more if they are in uncirculated or better condition. However, there is a fascinating twist that makes some 1989D Washington quarters exceptionally valuable. Rarer coins and coins in perfect condition have been discovered that collectors prize highly. These coins sometimes carry minting mistakes like doubled dies, off-center strikes, or die cracks. Such errors are not intentional and are relatively scarce, making these coins very desirable among collectors. What really pushes the value of some 1989D quarters into the millions is when these error coins are also graded at a perfect mint state condition by professional services such as PCGS or NGC. Coins graded as MS70, which means flawless with no imperfections under magnification, are incredibly rare. When you combine a rare minting error with a perfect grade, you get a coin that is not only a numismatic treasure but also a potential multi-million-dollar investment. The story of the $1.4 million valuation likely centers on one or a few of these error coins in flawless condition. Such coins have attracted intense interest from serious collectors and investors, driving their market value to unprecedented heights. For most people, a 1989D Washington quarter is just a 25-cent piece, but for those who understand the nuances of coin grading and error collecting, this quarter can be a ticket to a fortune. It serves as a reminder that hidden treasures can be found in everyday coins if you know what to look for. In conclusion, while the typical 1989D Washington quarter is common and worth a little beyond its face value, the rare error coins in perfect condition can be worth as much as $1.4 million. This makes the coin an exciting subject for collectors and anyone interested in the fascinating world of numismatics. Thank you for watching this deep dive into the history and value of the 1989D Washington quarter. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe for more amazing coin stories and collecting tips. Let us know in the comments if you have ever found a rare coin or have questions about coin collecting. Until next time, keep searching your change because you never know what treasure you might find. Would you like me to help you with a catchy intro or outro as well?